Okay, we're looking at trigonometry, specifically with right angled triangles. You can do trigonometry with any triangle, but in this particular case we're going to be just looking at right angled triangles, which means that they could come up in questions with Pythagoras, so just keep an eye out for that. You've got these three ratios here, the sine, cosine and tangent ratios. SOHCAHTOA, some old hag cracked all her teeth on aspirin, or whatever. However you remember it, you just need to remember them. So, first question, we're going to have a look at calculating QR. So that's this side here, okay, marked with an A. So the best thing to do is, is to label the triangle. So if I was standing at R, this is the hypotenuse, I'm facing this, so that's the opposite, and I'm next to that. Adjacent means next to, it's a posh word for next to. So we've got, we're trying to find the adjacent and we've got the hypotenuse. So one using adjacent hypotenuse is this one, cos or cosine. So we're just going to write out the ratio initially. So cosine of the angle always goes next to the sine, cos or tan bit, equals adjacent, it tells me, so that's A over 19. Now I need to rearrange that to get A equals, at the moment it's A divided by 19, so to get the 19, to balance it out I need to multiply by 19, okay, and we get 19 times cos 31, which I'm going to chuck in my calculator. Make sure your calculator is in degrees mode, right, times cos 31 equals, and I get 16.3, and what units is it? Centimetres. There we go. So next it says we're calculating ST, so that's this length here, S to T. Right, again I'm going to label from the point of view of the angle, so we get hypotenuse there, opposite the right angle, this is opposite and this is adjacent. I've got the opposite, I want to find the hypotenuse, so that would be the sine. So we write that out, sine of the angle, sine 47, equals the opposite 13 divided by B, and I want B. Now in this case I'm going to be dividing by sine of 47, whereas before I multiplied by cos 31, I'm going to be dividing by sine, oops, trying to squish it in down here, sine of 47. Alright, again throw that in your calculator, we get 13 divided by sine of 47 and equals, where is it, 17.8, and again that's centimetres. Okay, so just make sure you're in degrees mode. Now the last thing, we're trying to find the angle YXZ. So YXZ, oh, and I should be doing that in a different colour, so I'll do that again. Here we go. So it should be YXZ, so it's this angle here. Alright, again I'm going to label everything from the point of view of the angle I'm trying to find, so that would be the opposite and that would be the adjacent. It's worth getting into this habit until you get confident in it. So it says I've got the opposite, I've got the adjacent, so that would be tan. Alright, what a coincidence, look at that, I've used all three. So tan of the angle equals opposite 12 over 7. Now you can only have top heavy fractions with trigonometry when you're using tan. Okay, so if it's sine or cos and you get top heavy fraction, you've gone wrong somewhere. Now when we're finding an angle, I don't want tan of C, I want C. So we need to do what's known as the shift tan, second function tan, depends what your calculator, the inverse of tan basically. So there you go. So in your calculator you'll need to press shift or second function. It depends what calculator you got. That's why it's pretty important to make sure you take your calculator to lessons so you get to know how it works. Alright, we chuck that in there, and 59.7 degrees. Right, that looks a sensible amount, doesn't it? So there we go. Pretty straightforward. Just all I would do, first thing, label the sides and then decide the ratio, plug the numbers and letters in that you have, and jobs are good, really.